Mrs. Whitman went on national TV, smiled at the camera, and told everybody everything is safe, and it wasn't.
As I say, you know asbestos was in there, is in those buildings, lead is in those buildings. There are the VOCs. However, the concentrations are such that they don't pose a health hazard.
First, you have come under fire as head of the EPA during 9/11 for not making it clear enough that the air at Ground Zero was a concern for the workers there. And some of the workers who are now sick say that they really had the impression that the federal government said the air was okay for them.
How you doing? My name is John Citara. My treatment started out I was leaving the Mount Sinai program, going to the state of Florida due to personal reasons. When I left the Mount Sinai program, they said that this is what this gentleman needs. This is what we're treating him with. For this same to carry on, it should have carried on right through to Red Cross. I was under the understanding, when they set it up with Red Cross, that was the agreement with everybody, I was told. By the time I got talking to Red Cross and got down there to start to use insurance, find out that it was much different than up here. The Red Cross denied me with medications, diagnosing as far as with a neurologist, denied me medical on my bones when we know and had x-rays that shows that every one of my bones has inflammation and deterioration. Now, if they would have taken care of this back then, I wouldn't be as in bad shape as I am now. My bones, and I even have x-rays now showing how my legs and everything are coming apart. I just was prescribed a wheel cart and a lift for my vehicle because they think the deterioration rate that I'm not going to be walking soon, because there are days that I have problems. Now, if the Red Cross would have addressed this when they should have and followed through with Mount Sinai's program, I might not have be in this bad of shape. The more they deny you on and the harder they make you fight, the more they save. And what they're doing is they're picking on the weak and the sick that have problems, everyday problems like me, as far as living a normal life, like everybody thinks they can run in their vehicle, get in their car, and drive away. It takes me time to think and put my feet one foot in front of the other with the neurological and stroke and damages I had, and to put a key in the door. So I have to work twice as hard, and the people like this, they know it. And they use you on that, and they make you fight in tooth and nail for every benefit, every medication. And then I went from the Red Cross to a company nationwide they put together for us responders called Logistics. That even though I took the paperwork from Mount Sinai and treatments to them too, I had to prove myself all over again. And for me to find doctors like that, it was impossible to find a doctor to go to 7 or 8 years later and say, here is my diagnosis, and say it's from 9/11. No doctor's going to stand up on that because they don't know what you've been doing for 9 years. And basically the last company I was involved was with Logistics, where they totally got rid of me. I wouldn't be this sick if it was for the government's treatment. If the government wanted to, in 2004, when us responders finally pulled together and all knowingly sick with the same illnesses and the same diseases, and they knew it because it's mass people showed up saying, I'm sick with these things. The government should have stepped in right away and taken care of our health. If they said that you are totally disabled from 9/11, which I have a doctor after lacking in 2004, well, that doesn't mean that they cover my insurance, all of it. I'm screwed. They're only covering certain things that so many people complained about. There's so many other things that they don't even turn in, like neurological damages and other things that they don't even pay for or want to even acknowledge because they say it's not related to 9/11 until so many people complain. Our problem is we only have so many volunteers that go to Mount Sinai and so many volunteers in Logistics. Between the both of them, the numbers don't add up that we need to vote in something, a new disease or something that even is all of us have that's proven from 9/11. We don't have enough people because so many people are married and go under their wife's insurance or was working at a place that their health care paid for them. So they're not in the pool like we are to get acknowledgement on different diseases and sicknesses. I walked into hell. It was September 11, 2001, and when I realized what happened, I came up to see what happened. I brought a camera, a video camera, backpack, change of clothes, some food and water, not knowing the seriousness and the true vision of what New York was going through as far as people panicking and terrorized. It was an act of war where, just imagine you having bombs dropped on your buildings blown up and then witnessing that, walking in on something like that. It's a lifetime amazement thing. It's something I'll never forget. It was dark, it was dingy, it was the smell you'll never forget of jet fuel, bodies burning, asbestos, everything that you could imagine, from light bulbs, floor tiles to computers, metals that combined over 20 different cancer-causing agents. And then to describe chemical reaction to a body, you open up a book, and for every chemical that you get exposed to, you have different things happen to you. Lead makes your gums swell. My gums swelled up to a point my teeth almost fell for a while, until lead left my body. After 30 days, you can't detect it. Other metals like iron, steel, copper, the stuff in the mercury, every gas bulb that was in there. And if you study it like a textbook, you'll see that so many people, not just responders, children and kids and families that had to move in that are sick and diseased like me, it's all textbook. It's all how much information you want to look up on what chemical does what to the human body. And here I am as a witness. 10 years later, still alive. I'm on 4 different machines. I should have my oxygen on now, but I don't because the battery ran out. But I feel like I'm on borrowed time.